All right, I may not look like a magician, but I'm going to look into the lens here right through your screen, and I'm going to tell you while you're watching this. You've never had an e-bike before, and you're trying to decide, do you want an e-bike? Do you want one from Amazon? Do you want one from a bike retailer? And I am going to answer those things for you. Let's put this thing together, and while I put it together, I'm going to tell you all about why I think this is the right video for you. Something you should know, I am not sponsored. I bought this with my own money, and I wanted an e-bike, and this one seemed like the right one for me. In case you're curious, I've actually raced mountain bikes. I've raced motocross. I've raced cars. I've built those cars, built those motorcycles. I really am pretty good with mechanical stuff, so I should be able to help you there. The big question while we're watching me put this thing together, if you go on Reddit, if you go on Facebook, if you go into any of those conversations about these e-bikes, you're going to find out there are two distinct groups. There's one distinct group who believes you should pay 4 times what this costs and buy it from a local retailer and have them there to service it and all that kind of stuff. In my brain, I'm thinking if I paid 4 times what this costs to buy it from a local retailer, why the heck is it having to go back there and be serviced? But the other point of view, and I think I'm on this point of view, is if I can buy this for so much less, have it do similar things, have it be reasonable quality. I don't expect it to be the same as one that costs 4 or 5 times as much, but have it be reasonable quality where I can enjoy it and use it and do all the things I want to do. And then if at some point it breaks before the other one would have broke, I could go buy another one. I could go buy 3 more before I'm even at the same price of what one costs at the bike store. Not to say I wouldn't love to have one of the really expensive ones from the bike store, and if those manufacturers are watching this and they want to send me one to do this, I will happily do it and give them a totally fair shot. But in any case, I've talked enough. You've watched me assemble it. How about we go use it and see what it's like in real life, and then we'll do a review, and hopefully you'll be closer to knowing what you want to get for yourself. So before we roll back and do that review, let me just tell you the basics. This is a 26-inch frame. It's mountain bike, e-bike style. It's got a 350-watt motor. It's capable of going 20 miles an hour. Comes with a Shimano 21-speed gear set and, according to them, an upgraded adjustable stem, but we're going to have to talk about that. Yeah, let's go do that review and talk about that. Okay, let's wrap up the conversation about this Totem e-bike. Overall, the absolute answer is this has exceeded every expectation I had for this style of e-bike, right? This is one of the more cost-effective Amazon models that you can buy for a full-sized mountain bike style e-bike. A couple of things that I really loved: the range and battery power was great, rechargeability worked really well. Everything on the bike as a platform was effective. But let's talk about some of the real-world downsides, real-world expectations which you need to have. Okay, let's start with number one. I am 6'2" tall. This is a full 26-inch frame, and it was definitely a little tight for me. Not bad, uncomfortable kind of tight, but definitely I would have liked it to be a little larger for me to be super easily comfortable on it. I'm just gonna start at the front and move my way back. Control-wise, the brakes were adequate, totally fine, worked great, especially once they bedded in a little bit. The shifting mechanism, the Shimano shifters, they all work. They work effectively, never had it derail or get stuck in between gears or anything. But at the same time, they don't seem as crisp and as amazing as obviously more pricey models will. The little computer on it, perfect, worked great. I will also say, I don't know if it was lying to me or not, but I know it's supposed to go 20 miles an hour, but it seemed to like 20.8 miles an hour the most, which was fine with me. I was good with the extra mile an hour. Shock absorbers were fine, but I think it's worth talking about. These tires are definitely leaning on the road style much more than an off-road real mountain biking things. I'm not sure how well this would work, especially the shock package if you were trying to go serious mountain biking. Two downsides I have that I really noticed when I was assembling it: both the mount for the handlebars and the shafts for the pedals clearly are very cheap cast products, right? You could just see they kind of almost look homemade. They're nice and beefy and hefty. I don't feel like they're gonna fail in any way, shape, or form, but getting the threading right on the pedals was a little difficult initially due to the way they were assembled. And this steering neck is completely, this adjuster doesn't work at all. And I think it's just not the greatest construction as you look at things. Again, totally sound. I don't think they're going to wear out or something like that, but they definitely look like a lower quality part. Seat was fine. The adjustability, rear wheel tire brakes, shifting, and the motor all worked perfectly. So overall, as long as your expectations are correct here, right? You're not buying some high-end, super high-tech, really finished thing. You're buying a basic starter model on Amazon. And as long as that's what your expectations are, this absolutely exceeds on all kinds of levels. I would highly recommend it for that. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you next time.